All right, let's dive right into today's explainer. We're bringing all you Hastings residents a gorgeous, factual morning update based on the latest from HastingsNow.com for Thursday, May 7th, 2026. We're going to blend our classic early May weather reality with a super fascinating look into the historical time capsule for this exact date. So whether you're sipping that first cup of coffee or already scrambling out the door, here is everything you need to know about what's waiting for you outside, plus the incredible history we're sharing today with. And honestly, before we even touch the hard data, I literally just have to share this perfectly accurate quote we pulled. This morning was so crisp, even the Hastings Bridge looked like it wanted 5 more minutes under a blanket before crossing the river. I mean, that hits the nail on the head, right? It perfectly captures that shared early May in Minnesota fake-out spring feeling we all woke up to. You step outside and think, wait, it's May, right? So, keep those jackets handy, Hastings, but definitely don't lose hope just yet. Section 1, the frosty morning reality. Let's look at the actual weather details we're dealing with right now across the city. We've got a pretty wild juxtaposition between our morning and afternoon today. Starting off, we have our current chilly reality. We're looking at a low near 35 degrees, with actual frost before 7 a.m. blanketing our lawns, windshields, and yeah, those ambitious spring gardens. But hang on, the reward for enduring that morning frost is a fantastic high near 60 degrees. By the afternoon, we are looking at a bright, gorgeous spring day downtown and down at Levy Park. It's honestly a tale of 2 completely different seasons packed into a single Thursday. But hey, before you get totally swept away by that 60-degree afternoon, we need to talk about this number, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Because as evening rolls around and the skies stay mostly clear, those temps are going to slide right back down toward the mid-30s. So while it's going to be a beautiful afternoon, we are absolutely not at the leave the tomato plants outside overnight stage yet. Mother Nature's definitely keeping us on our toes. Moving on to Section 2, planning your spring afternoon. Let's talk about how to actually navigate this massive temperature swing. Here's your quick, actionable checklist to make the absolute most of the day. First off, grab a jacket for the morning. You'll definitely need it early, but lighter layers will be your best friend by the afternoon. Second, don't forget the sunglasses. We're expecting mostly sunny skies, especially as those light variable winds shift to a west-northwest breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour later today. Third, like we just said, cover up or bring in any sensitive plants early today, and make sure you do it all over again tonight. And finally, number 4, with absolutely zero chance of rain on the radar for today or tonight, you've got to get out and enjoy a Levy Park reset, run some downtown errands, or just take a peaceful walk along the river.
All right, Section 3, redrawing the local map. The weather is really just the top layer of today's time capsule. Let's peel that back to a surprising local map twist from the year 1800.
Check out this amazing historical contrast. We're rewinding to May 7th, 1800. On this exact date, President John Adams approved the act that officially created the Indiana Territory. Now you might be wondering, why does that matter to us? Well, Minnesota's own state records show that the land east of the Mississippi River in present-day Minnesota actually became part of that Indiana Territory back in 1800. Compare that to our reality today in 2026 as the great state of Minnesota. For a Mississippi River town like Hastings, it's kind of mind-bending to picture just how drastically our map shifted before Minnesota was, actually Minnesota. Which brings us to Section 4, preserving our public stories. Let's jump ahead to 1892 and see how this builds a deeper appreciation for the very records that keep our local history alive. Today, we are celebrating a really notable May 7th birth. Archibald MacLeish was born on this date in 1892 over in Glencoe, Illinois. He grew up to be a brilliant poet, a dramatist, and crucially, the 9th Librarian of Congress. His incredible career serves as a wonderful reminder for us today. Think about it. Public knowledge, our libraries, archives, public records, they don't just trap history in some dusty vacuum. They actively help communities like ours here in Hastings understand who we are and exactly where we come from. I mean, without those preserved records, we wouldn't even know about our own wild connection to the Indiana Territory. And now for Section 5, a day of masterpieces. Opening the time capsule even wider, we find a monumental global achievement that shares our exact date. Symphony No. 9 in D minor. This is Ludwig van Beethoven's final complete symphony featuring the legendary Ode to Joy choral finale. And it premiered in Vienna on this exact day, May 7th, all the way back in 1824. The Encyclopedia Britannica actually describes it as one of his absolute greatest compositions. Just imagine that. As we go about our frosty mornings and sunny afternoons here in Hastings, We are sharing a calendar square with the debut of one of the most famous, triumphant pieces of music in human history. Pretty spectacular day in music history for sure.
Now let's step back and look at how all these puzzle pieces connect directly to you. We kick things off in 1800 with the Indiana Territory Act literally redefining the land we're standing on. Then, in 1824, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony premieres and changes the landscape of music forever. Fast forward to 1892, and Archibald MacLeish is born, a man who would dedicate his life to preserving these exact kinds of stories. And finally, 2026, you waking up to a frosty morning that beautifully transforms into a 60-degree spring day right here in Hastings. This timeline really showcases the incredible depth of history layered right underneath our daily routines.
Which brings us to one final thought I want to leave you with today. The weather changes, but history remains. So what will you add to today's time capsule? As you head out to soak up that afternoon sun down by the riverfront, take just a second to appreciate the rich history right under your feet. And hey, please remember, weather can change in a flash, so always double-check official National Weather Service alerts before locking in any weather-sensitive plans. If you found this explainer helpful and had fun exploring our local history today, share it with a neighbor. Have a wonderful May 7th, Hastings, and we'll see you next time.